What's up, everybody? It's Zax and Jim Fro from Ready to Check Pool. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Good. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 12 already. Oh my God! Just saying that out loud, I just realized wow, how are we already on 12? Anyway,
Dude, 12 straight weeks. Not missing a week.
true. Well, might miss a day, but we got them going. Yeah, and I mean we're getting some good reception on these things, so I'm glad people like them.
Same.
So we're gonna keep it up, yo, because it's kind of fun too. But yeah, yo, another crazy week in WoW, dude. Like, what do you know? Beta, they're pumping stuff out. They're not messing around.
Beta! Yeah, this is a crazy week. A lot to talk about, actually, which is pretty dope because sometimes we have to fill in the blanks here and there, and it's going to be a little bit shorter today, but whatevs.
Yeah, we got raid testing soon. More Mythico. And yesterday's was crazy, so about to get some more Mythic testing in. Oh, it's the dance boss today. Oh.
Yeah, hopefully hopefully it'll be dope, dude. If you walk in there and they're like, all right, we're testing the dance boss, and then they like instantly port us out. All right, thanks for testing the dance boss. It's gone. We heard your feedback. It's fucking gone.
Gotta shimmy on out of here, dude.
Yeah, that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So, as you guys know, we usually try to do this every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And they keep putting raid testing in at 3 p.m. Eastern, so or 4 p.m.
Every Friday.
Yeah. So we're try to do it at 2, I guess, whenever raid testing's going on. But whatever. Still uploaded Saturday mornings for on all the podcast stuff and as a VOD and all that good stuff. Anyway. But yeah, dude, big week, bro. Like, we got a massive they just are nonstop, another massive patch. Hey, here's a bunch of changes.
A lot of class changes, a lot of fucking legendary little updates. We got a few conduit things going on. Big conduit soulbind whole change like that actually went through, which is pretty dope. And then we got some of our boss guides are wrong now, but it's fine. We'll fix them. In the new update when we make the new video. Yeah.
Yeah, what the biggest one, dude, I think was because they just had like all the changes, all the like bunch of class changes and stuff, just all at once, all over the place. And I know we got a bunch of fans of this one, dude. Feral Druid.
Woo!
Actually has a cooldown.
If I wish I had my fucking soundboard, dude.
Yeah, dude. The Berserk got changed, so it like increases your damage instead of not really. So that'll be cool. You actually, get to do some burst dam as a Feral Druid.
It increases your Incarn or whatever. They increase your damage. It refunds some combo points, and they on top of that, Shred also increases your combo points, especially when in Berserk. So it's just like it's gonna be Rip City. Rip City.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were excited to hear about that because that's been like one of the like races to the bottom is like, okay, which spec in the game has the worst cooldown? And it's like it might be Enhanced Shaman, it might be Feral Druid, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Guardian Druid.
After this, I think it's still Enhanced Shaman, but it is what it is. But yeah, so Feral Druid should be happy with that. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out if it's actually like super impactful. Sounds cool.
I mean, Feral was actually looking pretty good from the last changes that they made, which the finishing combo point finisher little changes that they made a little while back. And then now that they're adding this change, which allows you to like act like all your abilities are as if they're in stealth, and then it has the whole like extra damage bullshit that's added onto it, plus it refunds the combo points, and then the Shred and all that shit adding 2 more combo points. It's just gonna be even better. So Feral Druid should definitely be the next video you do, by the way. Hashtag tell him he should do it.
Dude, it's weird that Feral isn't, I mean, maybe after all this, it'll still be, how it was, but like they're not just getting ignored, you know? That's
Yeah.
what usually happens is they just, oh, Feral Druid's a spec. Ah, well, anyway,
Oh,
here's the
Feral Enhance? What? What are those specs?
yeah, they're actually like putting a lot of efforts in like listening to the more niche specs. I'm still waiting for the Windwalker changes, but
The
that's
best
cool.
specs, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there is a Windwalker change, dude. The Wind Fury Totem.
Huh? Wind Fury Totem.
Ah, got him. No, but you've been playing, dude. Shut up with the monk changes. You've been blasting dungeons,
Yeah, I've been blasting.
bro. You've been
dungeons.
blasting dungeons.
Yeah. Monk is freaking, oh my god, dude. Like the Windwalker Monk is such a good spec, just like baseline without them having to do anything. Um, but like still they can make it better and like God, it's so fun, dude. I love that spec. I've been
What was
blasting.
broken? You did the chi explosion or something was broken
No, well,
in the
okay,
dungeon.
first of all, nothing is broken. First
It's
of all.
broken.
No, it's not.
The
It only did
fucking
like 10.
class. They're doing like 30% more damage than everybody else. How do you mean it's not broken?
Well, I've seen that like nothing in particular is broken. There's not one thing that's broken. It's just like maybe overtuned as a whole, but like it's good. Like design wise, everything fucking fits and it feels good. That legendary's sick, dude. Even like, oh my god, it's so good. Windwalker owns.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
true.
happy about it. But
Yeah, I
another
mean,
big change, dude. That went
what?
under the radar a little bit. That I don't think people really maybe they don't know about it yet or they don't understand the repercussions of this and the meta of WoW is Curse of Recklessness is gone. It was being
Oh, the
brought back.
5%.
Yeah, the Warlock class buff. What do you know? They got rid of.
Fucking thank God, dude. Holy
Yeah.
shit, that was so unnecessary.
Yeah, because they brought back curses for warlocks, and then one of them was like increase the damage that the mob does, but increases the damage that they take, and then they can't be feared or something like that. So
Hold on, wait,
they,
just so you
they,
know, there's a little discussion going on in the chat
uh,
saying don't get Zach started about player power being locked behind covenants.
yeah. Yeah,
Anyways, go ahead with the warlock. Sorry, I thought that was fucking hilarious.
yeah. Don't get me started, dude. And especially not about PvP, dude.
Oh my
I'll make
God.
everybody mad, dude. I'll make everybody mad right now. But yeah, that's huge. Like that was gonna be such an issue. I feel like
Yeah,
for the meta, and now it's just
and
gone.
it
It's
increases
like,
the
oh, shit.
damage that the boss
Oh.
did, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like such a weird trade-off. So it's like Warlock had a class buff, which they definitely don't need a class buff, and yeah, I don't know. It's definitely good, but in turn, they're bringing back Ritual of Doom, which is an ability like nobody really remembers, but it's like the craziest sounding thing I've ever heard in this game.
I love
And
it.
I don't know if this is like a normal like the old version of it, but you begin a ritual sacrifice or yeah, a ritual that sacrifices a random participant in the ritual requires 4 additional party members to complete the ritual. One random person will die and that will summon a doom guard that is like under
Yeah.
control of the warlock. But the doom guard has an hour-long cooldown. I don't know how long the doom guard lasts. And then while the doom guard's fighting, he can just randomly break free of the control, and you have to like re-enslave it or whatever. So you can just like in the middle of a boss fight, he can just like break free and start attacking you. Like,
Bro.
what is this? This doesn't even sound like WoW. Crazy.
Well, it lasts 3 minutes.
Oh my god.
But it's like we used to use it back in the day just for memeing, like way back in the I'm talking like BC back in the day. Like we used to use it just for like big old fucking memes. It'd be like a boss that we've done 100 times. We'd be like, all right, let's summon the Doom Guard on this one. And it's like, it's always it's literally nothing. No one's ever gonna fucking use that. Like that is ridiculous.
Just for fun, especially since somebody has to die. It's like
Yeah,
so crazy.
yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely
Funny.
ridiculous. I mean, who knows? Maybe the fucking world first of the world will like find some stupid way to cheese it like they always do.
Yeah, I know my guild was joking about. I think they they took this out of the game, but on Mythic Unat, you had to use like Ankh totems with your shamans, and you'd have to, if you used your Ankh totem and then wiped, you'd have to go to a dungeon that had like a weird cooldown reduction mechanic. It's called end time. And to reset your Ankh cooldown and then get summoned back to the raid to do another pull. You had to like keep doing that over and over again. So when they saw this, they were like, "Oh, Ritual of Doom 1 hour cooldown. Oh, guess we're gonna be resetting our Ritual of Doom in end time. Here we go, boys."
Oh my god.
But I think they got rid of that. But
Ozzy is saying that it actually lasts 15 minutes, and if it's released and breaks its like little control thing, it one-shots people.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, dude. Get out of here with that fucking troll ass spell. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it hopefully, because it sounds hilarious and fun, hopefully it stays in the hilarious and fun category and not the meta category, because it does sound kind of funny.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be usable at all.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, and they brought back a couple artifact abilities, like literally artifact abilities, because they just copy and pasted the ability into the talent tree. But like Havoc Demon Hunters, they had the Fury of the Illidari, whatever, the little Glaive Tempest. Well, that's what it's called. Yeah. Glaive Tempest. The Nemesis talent got removed because nobody ever used it ever, and then they switched around the rows, and now you got Glaive Tempest as an option. It's just like a little Fury of the Illidari, but you can use it every like 20 seconds or something. Like, it's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Short cooldown, it hits everything, so it's uncapped. Pretty dope. And it's just it's another ability that fucking Havoc was severely lacking. So I'm I'm glad, and I'm glad that it's on a row that it's on a row that doesn't take up another ability slot, right? Because Momentum is just a passive, and same with Demonic.
So they moved Fel Barrage down to the bot where Nemesis was.
So what else is on that row?
It's Trail of Ruin, Unbound Chaos, and Glaive Tempest. The other ones are passives.
Oh, well, you can't take it then. You can't not have Trail of Ruin. The fuck?
Maybe you can, dude. You don't know.
Imagine not blade dancing though. Like what?
Maybe you still blade dance, but you just Glaive Tempest might do more damn than Trail.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see, dude. But it definitely looks cool, and it's fun, and it's uncapped AoE, and you could have that and Fel Barrage and I-Beam, so it might get Havoc Demon Hunter might be kind of.
Oh yeah, because they brought over a few of the artifact traits, right, or the artifact powers. The Furious Gaze. They brought back what's the other one? Fuck, I forgot.
I don't know.
There's two of them that they brought back.
I don't know, because they just recently did that actually, like in this last patch, which is like another thing that kind of flew under the radar for most people. But the Havoc Demon Hunter community is like freaking out because they've been like, before this patch, everybody's like, "Oh my god, Havoc sucks. We're losing all of our borrowed power. We don't get anything back. They don't get any changes. We're gonna suck. We're undertuned. Blah blah blah." Which, like, they were already gonna be insane because they're Demon Hunters. It's just tuning. Like, calm down. But now Blizzard's like, "All right, we heard you. Here's Furious Gaze baseline." They're like, "Oh my god, haste after my I-Beam. I love that." And then they get this Glaive Tempest, and now hopefully Havoc Demon Hunters are happier now. They get a little bit. Oh, Chaotic Transformation, is that the one you're thinking of?
I'm not too sure.
That's baked into meta now, where it like resets your Blade Dance and I-Beam when you meta. That's pretty sick.
Either way, dude. Either way, I'm actually pretty happy with the changes that are coming to Havoc, and they just buffed it a little bit, so now you can actually test it because the damage isn't just fucking dog shit, right? So that's pretty sweet. They took the dodge away from Blade Dance, which was absolutely useless 90% of the time and broken 10% of the time. So
yeah, absolutely ridiculously strong sometimes.
Yep. Havoc people are going to be happy. Pharaohs are going to be happy, dude. Shadow's now happy. And then what do we got? We got a few other changes that came through. Any big notable ones? I know there's the Prot Warrior talent changes, right? The little rework.
the Prot Warrior thing. I think you might be the person that's paying the most attention to Prot Warrior.
Yeah.
Actually enjoy it a little bit. Everybody else like, oh, this is terrible. I hate everything. And you're like, well, I don't know. I mean, this build's kind of fun. No,
no.
But I just did the most damage. I just beat all the DPS.
Did you see, bro, in testing yesterday? Did you see? I don't know if you were looking, but when the first set of ads came out, I was bursting at 10K. Like there was like 2 DPS that would do that for like 10 seconds or so. Like, it was insane. And then like I would end at like 5K where the Brewmaster was at, somewhere around 2K. So it's dude, it's that Revenge legendary, bro. Like Revenge, and then you still can get Ravager, and you still like now you can get like Bolster with it as well, and like you get all the bro. I'm telling you, Warrior is fun. You just die. So if you can just get over the dying factor, you're gonna be good. Like,
and they'll probably adjust that a little bit to make you less die. But
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, they shuffled around the talent tree a little bit, which I don't know if that ended up being good or bad. But then they
I think it's good. I think it ended up being good for me.
Oh, okay, cool. And then they uncapped Thunderclap and Revenge a little bit, or like it was capped. It was like it hit your primary target and then reduced damage to everything else. Now it does full damage to like 5 things and then reduce damage. So it's like, okay, like I'm getting aggro on everything now, instead of reduced aggro on everything. So that's nice. Nice little change.
Yeah, I like
a little better.
I like what they're doing, and I feel like there's a build there that we just haven't found yet, right? Like I feel like True. Myself, like all the other fucking people who have been playing all the tanks, there's got to be a build somewhere where you're taking Indomitable to get the heal from the rage, and you're just spamming rage, whatever. I feel like there's something going on with Ignore Pain that like I just don't want to press it. Like I feel like every time I press it, it's not a big enough absorb that makes me give a shit to press it. And then I feel like I'm losing, like it's like almost equal amount of healing if I would just Revenge because of Indomitable. So it's like really like I don't know. I'm a little bit confused as where Ignore Pain stands right now. But with the talents that you can choose, I like it. I like that you kind of want to take what's it called, Best Served Cold, rather than the demo shout one that reduces. Like I like that you that row is like all AoE row. It's the Dragon Roar, the demo shout, reduced damage by 20%, and then the Best Served Cold, which is the extra chance to get fucking 50% on your revenges, which is broken, by the way, with the fucking legendary. Holy shit.
That legendary is insane. It's literally it's just double your revenge damage if you hit 3 things. It's just like
if you hit 3 things, it just hits again. And if it's a buffed revenge, it just hits with another buffed revenge. It's like, what? Lord. What do you mean?
That's like almost the exact same thing I actually learned yesterday in our Discord. What do you know, dude? Our Discord's popping off.
Hell yeah.
That Sub Rogue has a similar thing where it's like you just have a legendary that says, yeah, every time you Shadow Strike, another one happens. It's like, what? What do you mean? It just doubles my Shadow Strike.
Yeah.
So then, and oh, by the way, and it's 100% of the value, and it gets you combo points. So it's like, wait, what do you mean? It just doubles my ability every time that I cast all the time. So they got some tuning to do probably.
So listen, I love the fact that this legendary just, if there's 3 targets, it doubles the damage for Prot, right? I don't think that's balanced, right? Like that's obviously not balanced. Like because the other end is the Guardian Druid one, which I also love, which is gives your Thrash a chance to hit a second time.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was 100% chance for your Thrash on 3 targets. That would be fucking insane, bro. That would be absolutely ridiculous. So that's where it's at. It's like you got to kind of put it in perspective of like, one is like, all right, this is like good enough for me to pick. I'm thinking about like whether or not I want to use this one versus a different one. And then Warrior has one legendary that's good, and it's that. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It either needs to be a chance or like the second revenge is like half strength.
Yeah,
Isn't that how
they have to do
Legion one
something.
thing? Isn't that how
I don't
like the
remember.
bear is like the thrashes were less and less out?
No, 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 no. In
No?
Legion, the Thrashes were full power and could proc off themselves. So they
Oh,
proc
God.
off the proc, which was
Oh, God.
crazy.
You just thrash.
Yeah, it'd be like thrash, 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 thrash.
It probably makes that terrible like paper ripping noise for every single
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, it does,
hear
yeah.
anything.
The paper, I never even thought it's such a paper rip. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's too fucking funny. Holy shit.
Yeah, they got some balancing to do, and like also the fact that the other prop warrior legendaries are like kind of boring, you know. It's or like they're not nearly as powerful, you know. So it's like, man, not only is this one busted, but like the difference between a nerfed version of this and the other ones is still massive.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
could nerf it to
what
the
is going
ground and
on?
it's still really the only one that's like the only other like actual power increased one is the one that gives you like recklessness, but it's like for like half a second you get recklessness.
Right. Yeah.
It's like ridiculous. It's like almost like useless to even try to like go that route. And then they have like the other shit, but it's all like utility stuff, like the double heroic leap, and then they have the one that gives your party spell reflect or gives your party 50% of shield wall. And those are cool in a raid environment, in a group setting where like you're trying to kill something and you need a specific tool. It's like, all right, well, I got that tool. I could like work for that tool and make it so that my group has an easier time. But I don't get any fucking more powerful. Everyone else is doing like 30% more damage because they're legendary, and I'm sitting here giving you guys a shield. It's like, what the fuck?
I know a lot of people were saying like because for some reason they keep doing this thing where they give you legendaries that do damage and legendaries that don't. It's like,
Yeah.
why would I ever use the one that doesn't unless it's some super niche scenario? It might be interesting, like whenever down the line when they let you use more than one legendary, if like they like categorize them. So you can only use one damage legendary and you have to use if you want to use another legendary, it has to be like a utility one. That might be kind of interesting. To like
Yeah, that
actually
would be dope.
get
Yeah,
those
to
into
have
play,
one,
you know?
yeah, one power one utility one. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be too mad about that. Like I guess it limits your damage build options, I guess, which is, you know, it is what it is. But like those legendaries are just dead. They might as well not exist, you know, if if they don't kind of force you into them somehow. I mean, other than super niche scenarios, but then like I don't know, is that really what we want? And I don't know, it gets kind of weird. So that might be kind of like an interesting solution.
Yeah, I like that one as well. Do you know like how to break down the Death Knight changes, like the ones to Frost and Unholy? Like so
A little bit. I think it's mostly about because I don't think Unholy actually got changed that much. Well, ultimately neither of them got changed because it was stuff that was already in the game and then they just like rewrote, I think. They just like clarified how it worked.
I don't know shit. So just to like read, it says for Unholy, it's Unholy Strike is now an attack rather than a buff, and Lich Point has been removed. I don't know what that.
I don't think Unholy Strike is even a thing. I have no idea what that is. That's
Oh, it
like
says
maybe
it's a
it's like
talent.
it might be like a PvP talent. I have no idea.
Okay. Okay, and then Might of the
Oh,
Frozen Waste.
they renamed it. Oh, okay. It was Unholy Frenzy, the cooldown. They just renamed it to Unholy Strike.
Oh,
It works
okay.
different. Oh, it totally works different. Dude, why didn't I see this? Probably because I didn't know what Unholy Strike was.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Unholy Strike? Yeah, that's different.
Because it was, oh, yeah, this is just like this is kind of a nerf. I don't know. But yeah, it's like Unholy Frenzy was like is a talent that you would pretty much always take because it would, you know, it buffs you and your pet, I think, and makes it so like your auto attacks automatically put wounds on the target, which is awesome because that means you can like just keep bursting them, and then like they'll just automatically be put on. So they've gotten rid of the automatic part, as far as I can tell, and it's just when you press the button, 4 get put on, and you're good to go. You got
Yeah,
some
2
haste, and
runes,
you're moving
20
on.
runic power on a 1 point 2-minute cooldown, and then it gives you Killing Frenzy, and then haste by 15% for 12 seconds, and 4 festering wounds on the target. I don't know what that means.
It's less of an automatic, like over time automatic wound generator, and more like I want 4 wounds, boom, like you just get it, and then you. That's kind of nice, because it was like super busted the other way, ultimately. And then the frost one, which is another weird situation where it feels like they're listening to us. Although I'm pretty sure this one's kind of obvious. We were talking about how it's cool, frost DKs get to use 2-handers and 1-handers now.
Yep,
hey, that's cute. That's cool. But you can rune forge, DKs have crazy runes, and they actually got some new ones in Shadowlands, but you can rune forge both of your 1-handers, and the rune forges are like insane.
Yeah.
So it's just always going to be better, if they tune it right. So 1-handers are just always going to be better. And then it feels like literally the next day they're like, oh, hey, by the way, we're fixing that. They just
Obliterate does damage if you're using a 2-handed weapon. It's increased by 25%, and the chance of your auto attack critical strike grants killing machine is increased. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
they made
but they're never gonna balance that. Like, what the fuck?
But they're still not like, this is nice that they're recognizing it. They're like, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense for you to be able to rune forge both weapons. You're never gonna use the 2-hander. All right. So obliterate does 25% more damage with a 2-hander. It's like, oh. Okay, maybe that math works out. Probably not, and definitely.
But that's a weird direction to go, though.
All right,
like it's the easy direction would have been, you only can put it on your main hand.
Yeah,
it's like that's the easy direction. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways,
They don't
also, but that goes, but the whole like 1-hand 2-hand thing. We got some information on the loot. There's like loot tokens for weapons and shields and things like that, which really help some of the classes that can now dual wield and use a 2-hander.
Yeah, like you said, the news is in the raid. It might be in dungeons too. No, it's probably just the raid, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either, but yeah, in the raid, instead of weapons and offhands and shields dropping directly from the boss, just like predetermined things, just drop. Get personal looted to you. Tokens drop, so it's like a weapon token will drop into your bag, and you take it somewhere and decide if you want a 2-hander or a 1-hander, it's cool. But the reason that I don't think people maybe don't get why this is a thing. This has to be a thing. This is not like they put it in there because it's cool. They have to do this because it's a combination of them getting rid of master loot, which is dumb. I still don't know why they did that. So there's no master loot. Everything is personal loot. And also now your spec can use 2-handers and 1-handers. So it's that, and it wasn't like that in BFA. You could only use one thing. I think every class could only use one thing. Obviously it was like that in Legion. There weren't even weapons in Legion. So now we've gotten to the point where it's like, oh, wait, we can use different things, but master loot's still not in the game. Tokens, that's what we have to do. It's like, okay,
yeah. So, but this kind of like bothers me a little bit, because I have a feeling that this is going to make the whole personal loot situation worse, right? Because it's like, well, you have a 2-hander that's of the eye level, which would make you be able to trade this item, but you don't have both your 1-handers that are the item level that you need to be able to trade this item, so you can't trade this. And that's gonna be a real feels bad if that's the case, which I think it's gonna be. That sucks.
Yeah, how's that gonna work?
It should work like this. A token drops. Would you like to trade it? Oh, you would. Okay, that's what it should be.
Wait, that's master loot. You can't have that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it should be. I don't know, man.
That's cool. Like I don't know. People are gonna see this as like oh, Blizzard's innovating. This is cool. It's like, no, they have to. They don't have a choice. It's cool, but let's not get it twisted. So
and you already went over the rogue changes, the talent, the new talent, Dreadblades.
Yeah, it's not. not good.
Not good. All right. Well, moving on. I think that's basically it. Other than like Holy got the little Shadowmen change where if they heal themselves, they increase their healing done to themselves by like 30%, or 15% stacking 2 times or whatever. But so that's there's some love for the healers for some reason. I don't know why they even needed that. Oh, Holy Nova now does the chance if it hits 3 enemies, it'll hit everything again for 50% effectiveness. So kind of like the revenge bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of dope. And that's basically it for the class changes, man.
Yeah, it's a big week, and you can tell that there's more on the way, like it's not like this obviously isn't like the last changes they have. And it's like they're paying attention to like niche specs, and like they're fixing things that you want them to fix. Like it's kind of like, it's pretty encouraging. I don't know, like maybe I'm just real excited, but like it's cool, where they're actually do we say it every time. It's probably getting kind of old, but like they are listening and they're doing stuff that's cool, and it's awesome. They just redesigned an entire spec, Shadow Priest, and it's awesome. Instantly good. And it's like, what, Blizzard? How? What? Who did you pay?
Yeah, there's someone that's behind these old class change things that I think really does understand the game. I think they finally hired someone that plays the game that helps with class changes,
Yeah. It sounds like it might be ridiculous. They hired somebody that plays the game, but it kind of does seem true.
I'm still on the conspiracy end of this shit, dude. Like, I really think what Blizzard is doing is they finally figured out that you cannot please anybody, right? Not that you can't please everybody all the time. It's that you can't please anybody without them thinking that they had an input on the development, right? So they're like, all right, this is our phasing. We're going to put out something shitty. We know where they're going to want us to take it, and then we're going to give them what they want. Shitty, give them what they want. Shitty, give them what they want. And that's what I think they've been doing. It's like, oh, we're gonna make Torghast a real pain in the ass to go into. Oh, we heard your feedback. We're taking it away. You guys can go and run it as much as you want, dude. Hell yeah. It's like that's what they keep doing. It's like, oh, we're gonna give you this really shitty mage nerf, which is you can't blink twice with Shimmer. It's like, you wanted it. Oh, weird. Oh, okay, weird. We didn't know that you wouldn't like that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see the conspiracy now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just constant. Like, here's some dog
contrast.
shit. Here's the good shit after, because you guys asked for it. Woo! That's what seems to keep on happening, but we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, and they did. Speaking of Shadow Priest, they made some big changes, like quality of life kind of stuff to Shadow Priest too, which is just it was already good, and they're just like fixing this brand new spec that they have, and it's just getting better and better. It's like just feels better. It's real cool. It's good stuff. I ran some Mythic Plus yesterday with a Shadow Priest, and he was like just straight blasting. He had like this crazy legendary conduit combination where he had his Mindbender out like literally the entire dungeon.
What?
And it was like his 3rd highest damage, and it gave him so much insanity that he was just like spamming insanities. I was like, what is this? Isn't even. I like Shadow Priest, and I didn't even get to play that version. Like this is crazy. He was just roasting.
I just tried the new Surrender to Madness the first time, and I thought it was fucking fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Like I think Surrender to Madness is the most fun Shadow Priest has had. Mixing that with like Searing Nightmare and all that shit, like Shadow Priest in dungeons is gonna be so much fun with the new changes that they've made. I like super excited about that. They didn't they did something else that was pretty big that I can't remember. The heal.
Eruption.
No. The heal. Devouring Plague heal. So like so Devouring Plague heals for 300% of the damage dealt. It does a fuck ton of damage.
I think they said it was a typo. Like they.
Oh, thank God! Yeah. I was like, they'd be unkillable. They'd be able to tank a fucking boss with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think like because they had it so Devouring Plague and Vampiric Touch healed you for whatever 50% of the damage, I think, and that was like kind of crazy. So for some reason they took that away entirely, put it down to 0, and I guess to figure out what they wanted to put it at, and then they brought it back, but I don't know what it's at now. It's like kind of weird to figure out in the changes, but that's kind of cool. They get some self healing back, that's what the abilities have always done, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
dude, I mean, I told you yesterday, bro. After doing those Mythic Plus, I did like I don't even know how many. I had like 6, 7, something like that, like plus 10s or plus 15s, just whatever I did yesterday. Uh, bro, that's the most fun I've had playing WoW in a long time. Straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Because I was like playing a fun spec, like I had a cool build with Frost Mage going. I was playing with people who are also playing cool builds. Like it was like a weird version of Shadow Priest, a new Shadow Priest, and then there was I think it was a marksmanship hunter that was playing with the Tar Trap legendary, and then he switched to like a Chimera shot. Like he just had all this crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
And dude, this new seasonal affix, I don't know if it's here to stay or they're testing it or whatever. This new seasonal affix called Prideful is the best seasonal affix they've ever put in the period. This shit
Yeah,
is
you were saying that
so good.
yesterday. That got me super excited to start trying
Bro,
it out.
I don't like affixes. I don't like them.
Yep.
But
You've been saying since day one that they should be positive and not negative. Oh, they're listening. Oh, weird. Weird.
Yeah. But it's like people like to call it a kiss curse kind of thing. I guess it's kind of like, well, whatever. It's like, how do they describe it? Single target reaping. If you remember reaping, every 20% it spawns a thing. On reaping, it was a bunch of AoE mobs. On this, it just spawns one big guy. And when you kill, and the guy just does like some generic stuff, it's not too difficult. But when you kill him, you get a minute long buff where you do 30% more damage. Everybody who gets it, you move 60% faster, and you get this like crazy mana regen. So, which is insane. It like sounds insane, but you can like, because it's every 20% like reaping, you can like plan out pulls to get like the buff right before a boss, like to get your last 1%. It spawns the guy, you kill the guy, and then you have the buff for a full minute for the boss. Or like you kill a guy and then you have like a huge trash pack, pull lined up, even though they don't want you to do that, I guess, in Shadowlands. It's a whole separate topic. But you spawn the guy, and like when the guy spawns, usually with affix it's just like, oh shit, this guy spawned, or how are we gonna deal with this guy? But like when the guy spawns, you're like, ooh, it's time.
Yeah, we're about to fuck.
Yeah, and then you kill him, and like you have to kill him fast, like you don't just get to drag him around. Like he ramps up in damage. You actually have to kill him. But then when he dies, dude, and everybody like gets the buff, they all get like big, like everybody gets big and like turns red and starts moving really fast. You're like, oh my god, we are about to destroy this place. Like it is such a good feeling. Like this affix is awesome.
Bro, Automatic Jack just went over the Mistweaver, and he was talking about the affix, and he was saying that like that there are builds for Mistweaver where you just go in a minute, and he said it makes it so unviable, like it's completely ridiculous. They have to do something to fix this because the throughput is really good if you're but you have to drink all the time. He's like, with this new affix, you're really fucking good the whole time. Because this affix comes and your mana is just there. And he was just saying like increasing your damage for Mistweavers has some effects on your throughput as well. So he's like, this affix is amazing. And I'm assuming that it's probably going to be the same for something like Disc Priest, where like it's just going to be so much fucking fun for all like for tanks, for healers, for DPS. Like I really think that this affix is like world class, and I'm hoping that they don't do anything dumb, because there's always the chance that they blizzard the shit out of it, and then we end up with fucking the fucking Gahooners, whatever they were, the little fucking things that. Ugh.
Yeah, this one is like they could literally not change it at all, and it'd be perfect. Everything's fine. It's good. Like we're chilling. This is a great affix, and it's seasonal. It's so good.
What do you think
I
about
like it a
the
lot.
rogue shroud though? Like since now we're gonna be losing the corruption like obelisk things.
Dude.
Shroud's gonna be insane again, right? It's gonna be like a must pick. Rogue is always gonna have a spot.
Yeah.
Is
I've been talking about this since Legion, like since Mythic Plus existed. Uh, I'm in the camp where Shroud is too strong. It needs to be taken out of the game. That's my preference. But ultimately, something either Shroud needs to be taken out, or it needs to be given to other specs or spec or whatever, or it needs to be like a profession item option, like engineering or something. Gets Shroud that you can use. Something. Like rogues being the only thing that brings Shroud is insane. That's just
yeah.
so silly. Because yeah, it's gonna be busted again. You don't like the whole point of this Nyalotha affix, seasonal affix, was that you don't need rogues as much, and that's gone obviously. So it's like, oh, rogues are back on the menu, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta have
Back on
one.
the menu, boys.
Yep. So now in Shadowlands, it's gonna be the same. You go in the dungeon finder, looking for rogue, looking for rogue, looking for rogue. That's all you're gonna
Yeah.
see. Except now it's gonna say Necrolord rogue.
Oh, come on. All right. Relax, Zax. We've already, okay, dude. We already went down that road last 4 weeks. All right. So so there's something here that I don't know what you're talking about, so that's why I'm going to bring it up. So in the notes you say stun and movement immune potion. Why is that a big
Yeah.
deal?
So it might not be, but it's one of those because like they changed how the potions work. So where like you don't like the combat potions aren't like pre-pot and then
I love that, by the way, for
potions.
anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah.
You don't have to potion before the pull, so that way you get a second potion 2 minutes in. It's just always 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
after the
I
pull,
like that.
if you have a better timing and for your rotation to potion, like let's say you have to use 13 fucking cooldowns before you actually get to do damage, you want to use your potion after the 13 cooldowns.
Right.
That's like, this is a situation where it's going to be really fucking good for people. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so the potion change, I love it. Some people don't like it. It is what it is. All potions basically are on a 5 minute shared cooldown. Where the speed pot, combat potion, and Viz pot, they're all on a 5 minute shared cooldown.
100 stamina, yup.
Yeah, has nothing to do with combat. It's just straight up 5 minutes. Except I think health pots are probably not included with that for obvious reasons. But now apparently there's a new potion that just came out of nowhere that makes you. I don't know how long it lasts. I don't remember. But it makes you for the duration. It makes you totally immune to like stuns, in any kind of movement impairing effects. You're just immune to everything, which is like the same thing as the living action potion from back in the day, which was like, I don't know if you remember like really early Jaina progression, but like that was busted, because like part of Jaina was getting put into an ice block. If you use that, you don't get put into an ice block, which is like, what? Why is
Yeah,
that?
why
That
don't
a
I
thing?
remember that? And why didn't we use that?
Because it was insane. And they nerfed the shit out of it.
Oh, okay.
Because it was insane. But that's why I'm like, wait, this is an updated living action potion. Yeah, immune to stun and movement effects for however many seconds it says. And it's just a regular old potion, 5 minute cooldown, by the way. So it's
Damn.
like, wait, well, like what? Like this might mean nothing, and they might like make it not work on anything. Maybe it's busted in PvP now I think about it. But it's just like a crazy thing that they're bringing back. I don't know how it's gonna work.
Sweet. I mean, anything that brings more utility to the game, anything that like adds a little bit of flavor is cool in my book. I know the people who are really trying to push world first and shit like that. They probably hate shit like this, where it's like, all right, we gotta all get this like random ass potion, and we gotta all use it at this specific time, and then now we don't have our cooldown potion anymore, and we're doing less. It's like people hate that shit, but I like shit like that. I'm all for those type of things.
Oh, that just reminded me. They added a what was that thing called in BFA? It was like an engineering item that was like what was it called? Can't remember. But they added like a grenade that's on the potion
Oh,
cooldown.
the rocket belt.
Yeah, what was it called? Like it had like an acronym, I think. Whatever. But yeah, it's like something like a rocket thing, but it's like a long cast, and then you throw it on the ground, and it just does a crazy amount of damage to everything. They added
Yeah.
like a grenade kind of potion thing that you have to cast and throw on the ground. It does 1 billion damage. I don't even know how much it is, but that's gonna be. Oh, I think it was Fried. Fried was the acronym.
Oh,
for the
yeah.
thing.
Fried, FRIED.
Yeah. But so that's back, which that's kind of flying under the radar right now. That could be hilarious to see what people do with that. It's like a sapper from Classic, if you know what that is. That's gonna be wild to see. But
Yep. All right. So let's talk about some really, really exciting news that both of us are super hyped for, and that's ray tracing. No, it's
definitely more in your book. Yep.
that's so I basically did all this shit to get ray traced shadows to work, right? That's why we're late on the podcast. Fuck. I had to like update Windows to like the new update that just came out like 3 days ago. I had to update my graphics card. I had to update it, literally everything, and go through like this. There's a Wowhead article on it and shit. And then I turned it on, and it looks better, but it's like, it's like meh. It's like,
Yeah.
like it looks great. It's like whatever, but I was like expecting like all this work, and then is this gonna be like, woo? Look at this. It just makes blocky shadows not blocky anymore. It's like, okay,
Yep.
all right. Well, turn it on if you got RTX graphics card. That's all I'm saying about that.
Yeah. Maybe they can make some improvements. People want WoW to like they expect like you turn on ray tracing. It's like, holy shit, it's the Unreal Engine all of a sudden.
Yeah. That's what I wanted, dude. I was like, oh, there's gonna be like light rays and shit, and like everything's gonna like flow, and it's gonna look like so insane. And I clicked it on. I was like, fuck, it's not at all what I. This is a little underwhelming. It does look better. You can definitely see a difference. It is better. It's just I was expecting a little more. It's like it was like 6 inches, and I was expecting 6.5.
What? Wait. Yeah, maybe they'll grow it over time. Improve it over time.
Damn, got him.
Because it's the first try. It's the oldest engine I think you could possibly have ray tracing on. So
yeah, exactly.
So it is what it is. But yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Moving on to some things that people actually care about is that weekly vaults will be getting raid gear from the raid content, dungeon gear from the dungeon content, and your option of a PvP item from doing PvP content, which I think is fucking awesome. I think that is so awesome that if I'm raiding and I am interested in raiding and I'm looking at raiding gear, I can then get a raiding item out of my cache. That is fucking awesome. Same with PvP and dungeons. If there's a specific thing that I want from dungeons, I could just run more dungeons than I do raids. Like, I can do my mythic raids with my guild, whatever, get the one piece option, whatever, and then just go ham with dungeons to try to target a specific piece. Same with PvP. I think this is one of the best decisions that they've made for looting ever. Like, this is like so good.
Yeah, and it just makes way too much sense to be like that. You know what I mean? Like, why would I, if you're gonna give me, if I'm gonna unlock something by raiding, like, of course the loot should come from the thing that I did. It shouldn't be like, all right, you unlocked more dungeon loot options. It's like, no, that doesn't make sense. I already have 3. I don't need more dungeon loot options.
And someone brought up that it's probably just a replacement for the Tortolian quests that would give you like a random dungeon piece or whatever. But this gives you a piece equivalent to the gear that you completed, not just the heroic or normal that quest line would give you.
Yeah, it might actually. Yeah, if you do.
And it's every fucking week.
You get a mythic piece. Yeah, so we'll have to see how it works. And like we kind of already thought about like some weird stuff that could happen with it, where like you kill the first 3 bosses and then it gives you a piece from the last boss. We're not sure if that's how it works. It might only be from bosses you actually killed.
I don't want it to work that way.
Yeah, me
And the
neither.
only
It
reason why I don't
definitely-
want it to work that way is because I feel like when you kill a boss, the reward is getting those items. And I know that sounds dumb because whatever, it's just items, you want to kill the boss anyways. But like, there is something nice about being like, I'm killing this boss, and then these shoulders drop, or this weapon drops, or weapon token, and getting that in your cache feels like a little bit like a Titan Forge. It's like a little bit weird.
True that. Yeah, it would be very weird to kill the first 3 mythic bosses and then get a piece from the last boss. That would be that would be real weird. So yeah, hopefully they figure that.
But
kind of
also
stuff
maybe
out.
that helps you target too. If you're like, hey, on my Fire Mage, I want to get this ability, and so when I go to, I'm gonna play Hunter for the first couple bosses, but I'm gonna do these 3 on my Fire Mage because I want to target the loot from those 3 bosses.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be dope. That would be
Keep it
really
pretty
cool.
fancy. Right.
Speaking of
And
Fire
then-
Mage, are they still good?
No,
What?
they're not.
Not at
They're
all?
Probably the most bugged, as far as I've heard, because I haven't really messed with it much, other than when I was like first testing it. In,
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is
Alpha?
because you've been playing like Frost like crazy, and then you even played a little bit of Arcane. I never see you play Fire.
Yeah, Fire, it got like the similar treatment that Prot Warrior got, where it's like Prot Warrior has this crazy build, it's really fun, it's really strong, and they're like, gut it. This isn't where no, too strong.
Bleed
So
it out.
Fire Mage got the the too strong treatment, where it's like, okay, like you can't just have your ignite spread automatically. You got to choose when it happens, and blah 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 blah. So I don't know. Maybe it'll work out, but I think right now it's still just like super bugged, and like ignite doesn't spread right, and just some weird stuff going on. They got some things to work out, but they might just. I wouldn't be surprised if they just kind of kill Fire Mage for a little bit, because it's just been ridiculous for the past year and a half.
It's another one of those specs that I think are quite similar to the Shadow Priest problem, is that it's very hard to like balance that type of class. It's very hard to have a class that's like, as soon as you get enough crit, oh, you better watch the fuck out. Like, it's like that, like, or like as soon as you get some type of like item that does one little interaction, it completely makes it go crazy, the class.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to balance that type of thing. But one of the comments from YouTube is basically he's asking, if you end up killing the bosses and you can farm your items that way, right? Like we were just talking about with the Fire Mage, you'd kill 3 bosses and that's the boss I want to target. Then it has the side effect of the first 3 bosses, you kill those first 3 bosses, then that's always the loot table you're going to get. And now you're kind of stuck with the same loot that you're getting on farm. Now, I wanted to know what you thought about that, because that would kind of feel bad.
Well, the thing is, like, so they have like for all 3, for raiding, dungeons, and PvP, you can build up to getting 3 options. So it's like, I think it's what is it, like kill 3 bosses, kill 7 bosses, kill 10 bosses, and it takes your highest difficulty for each one. So like, if you were killing 7 bosses on Mythic, you get 2 options. You know what I mean? Instead of, if you only killed 3, you only get 1 option. So like, you're encouraged to kill more bosses, not less.
But what he was saying is that
I don't know
if you kill the first 3 bosses, that means you're killing the first 3 bosses, right? That means you probably already have the loot after 3 weeks from those 3 bosses. So if it takes you a little bit longer to kill the 4th, 5th, 6th boss, your loot table is going to be the same raid loot every single week, and you might end up not needing any of that gear, and then now you're just getting the same shit.
Yeah, well, get good.
Oh,
Kill more bosses. You shouldn't get loot from bosses you didn't kill like that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm 100% on that end.
I don't think that's what he wants, but it's like, because, and also, if you do all of heroic, you do all 10 bosses, then like, and you only kill 3 mythic bosses or whatever, your first one will be a mythic piece, and then you'll have 2 heroic pieces to choose from that might come from later bosses. So
Yeah.
it's like, you still got more options if you do stuff. So I think they might be able to figure out like a pretty clean way of doing it, which would be nice. But dude, the weekly ball is just sick, dude. Like everything they keep saying about it, I'm like, oh, this makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Just,
the weekly ball is really, really good.
Just don't make me PvP.
Damn. You're gonna have to do a little bit, obviously. All right. What's the next topic? Because we're kind of running out of time here. We got probably like one more topic we can talk about.
Let's wrap it up on the legendary information we got this week.
All right.
Because I just read something actually. So beta keys are apparently coming out soon. So if we get any, it'll be a miracle, but you'll fucking know about it, dude. We're gonna be screaming from the rooftop.
Trust.
So beta keys, there's rumored to be coming out sometime soon. So
listen, be subbed and be in the Discord because they're all fucking going to be given out. All of them. Yeah, not a single one of our friends are getting those. They're all going to the Ready Check Poll people. So if you want a fucking key, hey, I'll see you in the Discord.
Why'd you say that? Not a single one of our friends are getting We know where our loyalties are.
Yeah. I know who's paying my bills.
Yeah. But they gave us some information on legendaries because we kind of had like a loose idea. You gotta do Torghast to get some dust to go to do the Rune Crafter guy, and he makes you a legendary. But they gave some more information where it's like how you get the dust from Torghast, where like you get more. They added a layer system, which I don't really understand, but something about if you do layer 8, then you get 50 dust, and then you got to do layer 8 of the other one, the other Torghast wing that's available. That gives you 50, and then you have 100. So you can get 100 dust every week by doing Torghast maximum. That's all you can get. That's the hardest difficulty. And with 100 dust, you can buy a regular legendary. That's the same amount as getting it. So you can get a legendary a week. But they also have item levels for the legendaries. So 100 dust gets you like the starting item level legendary. The power is exactly the same for all the item levels. But if you spend 200 dust on to upgrade that legendary, it'll be a higher item level version of the legendary. So
up to 15, right?
I don't know how high it goes actually, because there's like four levels, so I don't know how high it's gonna go, but I think the power itself, like your revenge hits twice, that part is the same regardless of the item level. It's just gonna be like the stats that increase. So I think it's more of like something to do with your dust after you have all your legendaries, or you have the ones you want. It's like, all right, I have the ones I want, now it's time to upgrade them because I don't want to buy the utility ones, so
yeah, the fact that it's every week is fucking awesome. That's really good too.
That's
like contrast that with Legion, which was once a month.
Yeah, exactly. If you're lucky and you didn't get to choose which one.
And I wasn't lucky.
You're the opposite of lucky. Unlucky? Anyway, you in Shadowlands, it's looking like you might be able to get one legendary a week just from doing Torghast, which Torghast is awesome. And that you get to choose which one it is. Oh, and also, I don't remember if this is in the same, I think it was in the same article, but they also kind of let us know how you're going to make the legendaries in the first place, and how literally every single profession is involved in the legendary making process somehow.
Yeah.
Whether it's like making the base item that you like rune carve into a legendary, or making the stat items so that you can customize the stats on them, or that like you need enchanted materials to make for the crafters to make the thing. So like they incorporated every single profession into the legendary making process, which is like, that's sick, dude. People have been maybe it doesn't check all the boxes that profession people wanted, but people have been wanting like professions to be more integrated into stuff. And like this sounds like an awesome.
Yeah, when they were first announcing the legendary things, like I was trying to figure out how they were going to do it, and I was hoping it was something similar to this. Like I was really hoping that it would be something that gives professions like really a big leg up than they've had before. And I think that this, with a few of the things that they're doing with the BOE gear that they're coming out with, and the BOP gear or whatever, like I think professions are in a good spot too. But I know you put you to sleep talking about professions. One of the things. So rank 1 is eye level 90, and then rank 4 is eye level 235. So
What the?
Pretty fucking big increase.
Yeah, that seems. Maybe they gotta work those out. I don't know. But it's like just that rate of like legendaries. Like you can get one a week. What the like? Okay,
Yeah, that's
I like
really
that.
good.
And I get to choose which one I get. So like when the expansion, I don't know if Torghast and all that is gonna come out when on expansion launch or if they're gonna delay it or what. But like you'll probably be able to have 3 or 4 or have maybe 4 legendaries by the time the raid even comes out. You know what I mean? Or
And
by
the fact
time
that
Mythic Force
Torghast
comes
is
out.
fun is like I'm gonna want to do it on alts, and that means I'm just gonna
Right.
get a legendary. And then like my other specs, it's like I got the best one I can for I don't know marksman. Then I got the best one I get that the Sims say for Beastmaster, and then the best one it's like you just like 3 weeks you got all the best ones. It's like, oh, now I can start upgrading. It's like, hell yeah, dude! Like this is fucking awesome. I love
good.
this. I really love this.
Yeah, it feels like they really just said, "Hey, you guys like Legion legendaries? Yeah, except for this stuff. All right, we'll fix that stuff." So,
Yeah,
whoa,
it's really really
okay,
good.
Okay, you still got work to do, I guess, with balancing.
And they're bringing
but...
the loofahs back.
Oh god. Oh, the loofahs, dude.
God
You can get
damn
them
it.
this time. You get them, not last.
No, I'm gonna relive my Legion days, and I'm just gonna get everything other than that until the last week.
Wait,
just
that
to
just reminded me,
relive.
Didn't you have to you had to do stuff as balance spec to try to get those shoulders, but then that
Yeah.
that only made you get the loofahs even later.
Yeah. So the shoulders ended up being broken for a while, which I got pretty quickly actually. Like, it only took 3 months or so to get the shoulders. And and the shoulders were so crazy that you had to go for them. And then and because I didn't have any of the balance shit, it was like, all right, well, here's one balance one you don't need. Here's another balance one you don't need. Here's another balance one you don't need. Oh, now you got the shoulders. Now back to the bracers. Fuck.
Dang it. Gotta go do LFR.
So bad.
God.
Oh my god, LFR to get your legendaries. Come
I
on.
remember, yeah.
I remember, dude.
Ugh.
Oh.
Like it makes you remember how much better this system is. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
God, this is gonna be good. But okay, we gotta kind of wrap it up because Mythic testing's about to start. But we're gonna do this every week. I think it's a segment that we're gonna do where the main thing or things that Blizzard still needs to fix, because we're saying Shadowlands is dope, but this is our ready check pull. This is our mission. Unlock Covenant damage abilities.
Big deal number 1.
Hashtag. Yeah. Hashtag unlock the ability. Please, God.
Yeah,
The expansion
100%.
is gonna be so good if you do that. That's the only thing they needed. That's like everything else is we can live with. They really need to do that, like really bad. At least that, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that if you do that, we'll be all right. Unlock the damage abilities. Everything else can be locked. You can lock my whole Covenant. It is what it is. You gotta unlock at least the damage abilities, and Shadowlands is gonna be sick. I said it from. It's in the notes, dude. I said it years ago. Not years ago. Wait.
Yeah, like back in 2013, I was saying Shadowlands is gonna be sick, dude.
But they gotta fix the. Wow, dude, we fucking saw way ahead.
You said what was
that's
big deal
our-
number 2?
Was conduits, dude. So conduits.
Oh,
are
switching
sick.
talents. Yep.
Well, no, like they wait. Oh, yeah, specs. Whenever. So conduits. So yeah, big deal number 1. Unlock the Covenant abilities. That seems like an easy check mark. Just do it, and we'll be done. And the expansion will be great. This one's a way less important, but still an easy fix. That would just be amazing. When you put conduits into your soulbind, and you have different specs, just have the conduits swap whenever you change specs, just like essences did.
No brainer.
You didn't have to. Yeah, easy. So if you're playing Fire Mage and you have a fire conduit in, when you switch to Frost, it changes to the Frost conduit that you put in the other day, and it just remembers and it just swaps back and forth when you swap specs.
You can
Easy
still make us wait a
solution.
week. It's shitty, but you can still make us wait a week. You can have all the systems in place that you want us to have in place. If you separate the abilities, big deal number one, the class abilities, and you make this thing swappable. Yo, listen, I don't even need to change my covenant ever again. Like, I will pick the covenant that I love, and I will stay with that covenant. I'm going to buy a Venthyr shirt. I'm going to buy a Maldraxxus shirt. I'm going to walk around the country with it, and people are just going to know where I stand. But I can't do that if you keep the abilities locked behind the covenants. Sorry.
Exactly, dude. So that's, hey, Shadowlands is going to be sick. If they need to change the covenant ability thing, and if they do the conduit thing, that'll be even better. I think that's,
Yep.
we both agree on that, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it is.
All
what
right,
it is.
and normally we would go into we're gonna try to go into like a question and answer type thing, but we got to get off for raid. We got like 18 minutes, and I need to go make a sandwich.
Yeah, but we'll pretty much just keep the stream running, I guess, and like go straight into the mythic testing. But
No, I got to.
anyway.
Well, I got to change the titles and shit though. But yeah, I'm gonna. I'll just swap it over to the starting soon, and then we'll come back in a second.
Any hoozle. That'll be we're gonna wrap up the podcast there. Thanks for joining us. That was podcast number 12. We had to make it a little short, but hopefully we got you all the information you need, you know.
All right, guys. See you next week, and see you in 5 minutes.
Have a good one.